10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the HFD Footy Podcast. Just one sec. So we are back. Sorry, guys. So to tell some people the podcast was on. It's a full panel today. Yes, it is, General. It is a full panel, a star-studded panel. We'll go through it. We got the King of the North. How are you, King?
The King of the North!
G'day. How are you, everybody?
Yep, good to see you wearing the King of the North merchandise. It looks amazing. Looks amazing, guys. Check it out. hfd-shop.com.au. J. Crom, how you going, my friend? Welcome back. You haven't been on for a while. Good to see you.
Yeah, great to be back. And yeah, I'm loving the gold outline on Con there. It looks good, man. Just like Gucci style.
It does look good.
I'm a stylish guy, you know.
Yeah, stylish guy.
And also the Prince himself, Johnny Carlton. Welcome in, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Yep. So basically, just got back from Melbourne yesterday. I want to thank the King of the North for his hospitality, and had a great time. Saw Johnny Carlton as well. Caught up with Johnny Carlton, which was always nice. And yeah, got to the footy, had some food. It's a nice city. I do like Melbourne, but let me tell you, it is bloody cold. Now it's cold here in Adelaide as well, but all right, over there, man, the rain. I got drenched a few times. It was crazy. But look, I will tell you, there is a vlog. I did vlog everything that we did, so I will upload that soon. I'm probably going to upload that to my personal YouTube channel. So I'll link it into the Discord when it's all set to go, and you guys can watch the trip. But there was still other than my trip, there was still a round of footy, and what a round it was! So we're going to go through round 16 and then preview round 17. But before we do, make sure you like, share, subscribe, guys, if you're brand new, and don't forget, like and share us around, guys. Share us around if you haven't already. All right, guys, let's get straight into it, because today is a long one, because there's nine games to cover, so it is a long night. We'll go straight into it, guys. Friday night, it was Brisbane versus Melbourne, and here's the scores for that one. So 11-20, 86, 11-15, 81. Brisbane win by 5 points. Watch this one. I did a watch along over in the King's Palace with the King. It was quite good, actually. Had a good time over there. And yeah, it was good. It was a good game. Melbourne were really good. They came out really strong. Had a bit of a buffer lead. It was really good, and then the second half started, and they just couldn't score. And Brisbane crept slowly back in the game, and they pinched it at the end. But Melbourne, I thought Melbourne played really well. I didn't think they were bad. I think Cosy Pickett 5 goals. I mean, he was great. Just couldn't capitalize in that second half. So I was surprised. I thought Melbourne were going to get actually trounced. Like I thought they were going to get smashed, but they didn't, and it was a good finish. But yeah, Brisbane keep trucking, and they look like a team that's gonna, I mean, they're a team that could go all the way. Really, they're a good side, and apart from Sydney and Carlton, that I reckon they're the top 2 clear. I think Brisbane, maybe Collingwood are probably the next coming through. So, and they've been there before, so Brisbane know how to get it done in finals. So it's good to, I'm not happy to see them up there because I can't stand them, but they're a good side that deserve to be there, and they're going to cause a lot of trouble, I think, when September starts. King of the North, we did watch this one together. It was a pleasure to do it side by side next to you. What did you think of it, man?
Yeah, it was a good game. Good game all round. The first and second quarter for Melbourne was really good, and the way they played that second quarter, if they can put that to a whole game, then they're big trouble. They should be a top 4 side, but they let it get away in the second half, and Brisbane come back, but Brisbane showed that they were where they're supposed to be in the top 8. So really good performance.
Yeah, no, 100%. J. Crom, did you watch this one?
Yeah, I watched it, man. And Cosy Pickett, you mentioned before, what a player. He was definitely on. And Melbourne, look, man, they started the game really well. They took it right up to Brisbane. They even looked like winners for a while there. But Brisbane came back strong in that last quarter. And a few of their big boys stepped up. Lockie Neal got them back in the game a bit. Dunkley had a great game as well. But yeah, look, Melbourne, I think they're going to miss out on finals this year, but, they've obviously lost Petrarca and stuff like that. But, they surprised me. I actually thought Brisbane were going to be win this game more comfortably. So Melbourne actually played really well. I was impressed. But lucky for Brisbane, I guess, and unlucky for Melbourne.
Yeah, I noticed Ashcroft, was that Ashcroft's first game back after his injury?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good to see him out there, I guess. Like, it's not always nice to see people do the ACL, and it was nice to see Ashcroft out there playing, and I think he played not too bad. So, Johnny Carlton, you do have a soft spot for Brisbane. Are you happy to see them climbing up the ladder? And was there any concerns with that game? Like, they looked a bit shell-shocked in that first half, came back. But it was a good game to watch. It was a good game.
Obviously I do like Brisbane, second favourite team, so don't mind the Lions. But yeah, look, game-wise, it was a surprise. No one thought Melbourne was going to be this competitive. Going up to the Gabba, their fortress, losing one of your best players in Petrarca. Melbourne they played well for about 2.5 quarters, but unfortunately they couldn't do a 4-quarter effort, and Brisbane just showed why they are the kings of the Gabba, and they brought themselves back into the game, and Melbourne did not look like scoring in that fourth quarter. It was all Brisbane. If Brisbane kicked straight, it would have been a lot more. It would have been a lot more of a percentage. But as I said, they won in a close one, and Cluggage from the boundary line is it was a good goal. And Trent Rivers, there was a bit of a speculation if that was a goal or not, but we'll never know. But as I said, happy that Lions won. Big test for Brisbane this week. I reckon they'll march on. But they're back in the 8 where I told them they'll be. So didn't take them long, but yeah, that's where they are and that's where they belong. So yeah, up the Lions.
Yeah, they had a chance. Melbourne had a chance at the end to win the game, and they kicked to I think was it a 3-on-1, and it was like, oh, you're like, yeah, they were close, but yeah, I would have had Maxi Gordon down there if you could, to maybe give a bit of height, but yeah, I don't know how that works, but it is what it is. Brisbane march on. Melbourne, who knows from here if they're going to make it. It's there's some. I think they've got a few tough games coming up, so we'll see what happens. All right, that's the Friday night game, guys. The next game was Saturday afternoon. I hope I got this in the right order. North versus Doggies. Is that the next game? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
All right, because when I was rushing to do this today. All right, so it was North Melbourne 9-6-60 got defeated by the Western Bulldogs 11-11, 77. I was keeping tab on this game on the AFL app, and Western Bulldogs had a pretty handy lead going into halftime and that, and then I looked at this final score and it was a lot closer than it seemed like before. So it was good to see North Melbourne, come back a bit. I didn't watch the game because I was eating a huge gyros with the King of the North at Third Wave Cafe. It was like this big. But we were at Marvel Stadium just before it started with Johnny Carlton. So he was giving the North Melbourne fans a bit of tongue in cheek as they were walking past. But But North Melbourne. I think they're good. I think they're not as bad as everyone thinks they are, and they're definitely, I think, heading in the right direction. Obviously, not as good as the Bulldogs. Bulldogs do have some star power there. Did anyone see Bevo's interview last night with Mark Robinson? Jeez.
No.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, he went like they had a bit of an argument, and Cody Waitman got got a free kick for a head high, and it was for me. It's definitely a free kick. The way I saw it, because it was off the ball. The guy hits him around he grabs him in the headlock and he comes out of it. And Robbo was arguing the fact, it can't be a free kick. Like he's playing for it. A lot of players play for free kicks, and I just thought what Bevo was saying was Bevo was backing up his player, and that's what you want to see from a coach, man, backing up your players. And if I was Cody Waitman, I'd be really rapt that he was batting for his own players. So because sometimes the journos they don't understand sometimes because they're not in the club culture. They're just journos. They just see what they see on the TV. So and sometimes they need a bit of a slap in the face. And Bevo, I love it. I love the way he does it. But King of the North, we didn't watch this one because we were out eating stuff in our faces. But any words on this one? Any comments you want to say about it?
It's interesting how I thought I tipped the Bulldogs, so they did win, but the way that North Melbourne have come back 2 weeks in a row now, so they've just got to figure out their first half and not get as behind because they nearly could have won both the games if they were in it a bit closer in the first half of the game. So just a bit to work on. The young blokes are learning, so yeah, give them time.
That's it. J. Crom?
See, this is why I like Thursday night footy, guys. I hate it when two games are playing on the same time. I didn't watch this game. I was watching the Freo and Sydney game, but it's good to see North are competitive and didn't get blown out. But I didn't watch the game because there was two games playing at the same time.
Yeah, fair enough. Johnny Carlton?
Well, I was the opposite. I was watching the Bulldogs North Melbourne game, not the Sydney Freo game.
Okay.
Yeah, no, look, I thought I wasn't shocked with the result. I thought North Melbourne were going to be competitive, and they were, and they've been really competitive in the last 3 weeks. And yeah, it was a very low-scoring game. Marvel Stadium, it's no wet weather footy, so I'm a bit surprised how it was a low-scoring game. But as I said, Bulldogs needed that win. Wins are important at this time of the year, especially when there's 7 teams fighting for that top 8 spot. So, yeah, look, as I said, a very important win by the Dogs. But yeah, North Melbourne, they're growing in confidence, and confidence is a very big thing. So, if North Melbourne can keep playing the way they've been playing the last 3 weeks, I feel like they might get a second win sooner than later. But yeah, Bulldogs obviously too strong, and there was reports that Marcus Bontempelli was sick during the week, but he came out and he showed that he was not sick at all with his 35 touches and dominated. So yeah, as I said, if North Melbourne's key players got a little bit more into the game, I reckon it would have been a different story. But yeah, Bulldogs were too good. So yeah, good win by the Dogs. But yeah,
I think the Bont's coming hard for the Brownlow too now.
he is. There's a lot of players coming for the Brownlow, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting Brownlow night, but Doggies are coming to a finals berth. They could be Ayan, or is that AO? Is that AO?
That's AO.
Ayan, isn't it?
Ayan, but they call him AO apparently. Yes.
Ayo, let's go.
Yeah, AO, yeah. Dogs could make the finals if they beat Port this weekend. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. All right. Let's get next game. This game was off tap, man. We watched a bit of this one. We got the SCG 14-14-98. Sydney were defeated by Fremantle 15-9-99. Crazy. What's the guy who had the ball at the end? It was the Freo. He's going to Freo. What's his name? McDowell, was it?
Logan McDonald.
Logan McDonald. So apparently he's going to Freo, and the rumours has it that he missed it because he's going to Freo. That's what I heard. Yeah, I don't believe that, but I just think he had a shit kick. So to tell you the truth, but a lot of the conspiracy theorists are out there putting this conspiracy spin on it.
He could have made the trip there, that player.
Yeah, I don't think he could make the journey from where he was, but
He's a
well, all he needed was a point, but he just didn't think it through. He overreacted, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going for the highest kick I can ever kick," and it just came off the side of the boot and went nowhere near. So.
But look, what it does show is, you can play Sydney, and if you're having an off day, you can get them. So Freo were good for most of that game. Sydney were chasing Freo. So props to Freo. Yeah, well done. I didn't expect this at all from Fremantle because, they're a team that are up and down. But on the ladder, they're third or something, fourth, whatever. It's... Freo, who would have thought that, So they're a good side when they want to be. I thought, who's the ruckman?
Grundy.
No, not Grundy. Darcy. Darcy was really good in the ruck against Grundy.
They call him Shrek.
Yeah, he was really good. He was good against Grundy. Like he competed really well against him, so that set the tone for the game. But yeah, at the end it was Sydney were coming, and but they lost their second in a row. They're still top of the ladder. I don't think anyone's catching them. But you never know. Carlton could. We'll see what happens. But it was a good game, and Freo can be a dark horse, really. Especially if you play them over in the West, but I've seen them play shit as well, you know what I mean? So it's hard to read Freo, very hard. They're very, very tough team to read, but Sydney keep doing, Sydney are still, I think they're still them and Carlton are still the top 2 teams, and definitely going to be there at the end of September. King of the North, we did watch some of this game together. What do you think, man? Are you a what do they call it? A flag mantle. Are you a flag mantle person or
flag mantle?
Yeah, that's what they call. That's what the Fremantle supporters say. They go, "Oh, flag. We're going for the flag. We're called instead of Fremantle, we're called flag mantle." Have you seen that?
Flag mantle? No,
Because
I haven't seen
they've never
that.
won a flag.
They don't want a flag now.
No, they've never won a flag.
No. Anyway, what do you reckon, man? What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, I just think Sydney lost their way a little bit. Defence was good by Freo. Yeah, I can't make. I don't know which way to pick Freo week in, week out. So yeah, good on Freo for getting the win and knocking over the big guns. But yeah, they probably needed that loss just to give them a bit of a kick in the ass and get going again for the end up of the season. I think the highlight was on Sunday when the Freo supporters were in a boat going down the Swan River, going under the bridge and playing the Freo song as the West Coast supporters were walking across the bridge. That was quite funny.
Okay, well, J. Crom, are Freo the real deal, and have they showed us that we can stop Sydney?
Well, I did mention this to you about a month ago. I thought Fremantle were the dark horse, but I wouldn't say they're favourites. Obviously, I reckon it's between Carlton and Sydney. But look, man, if you go through the Fremantle team, they got some good players, man. And if they click and they keep them fit, it's just I don't think they've got a good enough squad to win a flag in Melbourne. That's for sure, especially if they play a Melbourne team. But I really like how they played. They sort of nullified Sydney's best players like Goulden, Warner, and Heaney had limited impact in this game. Yeah, you're right. They kept Sydney in arm's reach for a while, and Sydney closed that gap right at the end, but couldn't get over the line. But it was a great game to watch, and I was impressed with a lot of Sydney players. You mentioned Darcy; he looked really good, and and when they could rotate with a player like Jackson as well, they've got a really good ruck system. The midfield, yeah, can click. So I think they got smashed by the Doggies like a week or so ago. But like you said, they're up and down sometimes. But I think they are a good team, but not good enough to win a flag, I don't think. But they'll, yeah, give it a good crack. And Sydney, yeah, this is just probably a wake-up call for them. They probably need a loss here and there to just get their game right again. But, yeah, I wouldn't be worried if you're a Sydney supporter.
Yeah. AO reckons Chad Warner only had 14 disposals. So, yeah, a bit low on his end. But Blakely, the Lizard, had 32. So, from the back half. So, he had a good game, man. So, and Haywood had 3 goals, 1. That's how much he cost. Papley had 2 goals. Yeah, so... Yeah, there you go. What did Heaney have? Heaney had 20 touches. So not his best day, but it is what it is, guys. You're gonna have form slumps. But I don't think the Swans are gonna be too worried. Johnny Carlton, you didn't watch this one. You watched the other game, but I'm sure you watched the end.
I watched the fourth quarter of this actually.
Oh, okay.
Look, as you said, as all of you said, I think this is actually really good for Sydney. I think, people tell me, are you a lunatic? Why is it good if Sydney lose a game? It shows that they are not unbeatable. They can be beaten even at the SCG. That's their first loss at the SCG. They're going to be now more hungry in the rest of the season. And I think they've just now woken up Sydney and go, okay, we can't do what we need to do now. We actually need to play for wins. And now I feel like Sydney in the next 8 games are going to kill some teams. So I feel like this is what Sydney needed. And they can afford to lose a game. There were 3 games clear on top. So when you're 3 games clear, you can afford to lose a game. But it was Freo needed this win to classify another week in the top 8, and now they're 3rd. So, but Freo are a very weird team, as Jay Crom said a bit earlier. I don't think they can play in Melbourne where it matters. When there's other teams that are way better that can play in Melbourne, but yeah, they're a weird team, and yeah, they keep winning. So, as I said, you just need a win. You just need a win, and you might be there in September. But as I said, if I was Sydney, I would be worried about one other team. and Sydney know who they are because they are coming in hot. And yeah, so as I said, they could afford to lose this game, so it doesn't really bother Sydney. But really good win by the Dockers, and it was very close at the end. But yeah.
General goes, you see what we did to Freo? No chance flag mantle. More like Hawks flag. I think he's saying Hawks flag. Because he's saying about the Hawks. Look,
Please.
I reckon Fremantle are closer than the Hawks at the moment, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't
what
think
happens.
he's saying Hawks.
What's he saying then?
Hawks flag.
What's Hawks?
I don't know.
I think it's Hawks. Nick Blakey was good. Toby's in there. Wake up call for Sydney. Nah, I don't think so. AO. I think Sydney know exactly what they're doing. Yeah, Hawks. Yeah, he's saying Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks. Okay.
The Hawks supporters are up and about because they're winning all these games. So they're good. They look good. I'm not gonna lie. They look okay, but all right, guys. Well, next game was at the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast just keep winning at home. And next week they'll go away and they'll lose. But 14-17, 101, defeated Collingwood 13-12, 90. Music to Johnny Carlton's ears. I'm sure the book will come out for this one. But, Gold Coast were just too good. We didn't catch this one. We were actually heading to the Geelong Essendon game when we were in Melbourne. So, but we did watch a little bit of it on our phone at the end in the crowd before the game started. Gold Coast were, in front for majority of the game. Well, probably all the game. And, Collingwood just started coming back. And like they do, they love that comeback. They're one of those teams. They're one of those teams that has belief, So they've been doing it for the last couple of years, and they came back strong. But Gold Coast Suns, they kept answering the challenge, and they got the 4 points and 11-point winners. So I'm not gonna say his name because I'll get the king to say it. But Noah Anderson, 39 disposals. Won't say the next guy because that's King's favorite guy. But Nick Dacos had a good game with 32. I saw I reckon his goal that he scored was unreal, man. Like he passed it to someone, passed it back, then someone else had it, and he got it back and he scored. That was unreal, man. So he's a gun. He's a gun. I know you don't like him, Johnny Carlton, but he's a gun. Took Miller 31, Ainsworth 28, Graham 22. DeGoey had 2 goals, 21 disposals. It was good. It was a good game to watch. It was a good game to watch, and it would have been like if you're a Gold Coast supporter, you would have been shitting yourselves seeing the Pies come up. But still, Gold Coast are they still unbeatable over there? I'm not sure. Have anyone beaten them in Gold Coast? Are they undefeated?
I think so.
They're undefeated.
No, they're undefeated. They're undefeated.
So they're undefeated at home. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens if they keep losing. I don't know where they're playing next week. We'll have a look. But, interesting game. Interesting game. Good on Gold Coast. King of the North. Are you going to give your favourite guy a mention now?
The King's favourite number, Sam Flanders. Yep.
There we
So
go.
well done. Well done to Sam Flanders, Ned's son. So done well, and they played well, and they just kept on. I don't know what it's. Me and Johnny Carlton were talking about this on Sunday, and it's got to be the crowd. It's got to be the fans. That place just gets very electric, and they get up and about for it. So that's what helps them get home. But they were. I look back to the St Kilda game where they were just flat and couldn't hold the ball, and it was terrible. And the way they play up there is just next level. So good on Gold Coast for knocking over Johnny Carlton's second favourite team.
Jack Crom, what do you think of this one, man? You're probably watching the Crows game when this one was on, I guess.
No,
no.
Crows
Was
game
after,
after.
was it?
But, I was watching this because I had my bets going, and Gold Coast are pretty much Crows 2.0 from last year. You know what I mean? Win at home, lose away. They look good at home. Who is it? Yeah, Flanders has now been pushed into the midfield. If you haven't noticed, he's doing quite well in there. He had a great first half as well. But Nick Dacos, you mentioned, he looked fantastic, man. I don't know what Colin will do about Nick Dacos. I think they will slip down a ladder, but look, Gold Coast, take it from me, man. If you want to play finals, you have to win some away games. So it's all good being like champions at home, but you got to win some away games. So yeah.
Yeah. Just for the record, Flanders had 33 disposals, 1 goal, 1. So pretty good game from him. So Johnny Carlton. Oh, here we go.
We are the sons of the Gold Coast Sky, aren't we? Oh, wow. What a game. I was definitely watched this one. And, look, as much as I can't stand the bloke, but he played well, Nick Dacos, and he's a genuine star. But there is very better players than Nick Dacos in the AFL. And he's not God, Nick Dacos, so relax, Collingwood fans. He's not God. He can be beaten. He can be dethroned. But as I said, Gold Coast, I said to the King of the North on Sunday, and I said to you, Chris C, on Sunday, Gold Coast at home, the reason they win at home is because crowd is a huge impact, and they don't have a big outside supporter but besides Gold Coast. So, as an example, if they come to Melbourne, they're not going to get the crowd that they do at Gold Coast Stadium. So, look, crowd makes a huge difference. And as I said, they're 7-0. And the Pies were too cocky. They thought, oh, yeah, we've had the week off. We've had the bye. We're going to come back and we're going to beat them again. Collingwood, I love it when they get cocky and they get beaten. It's a really good feeling. So, it was a perfect start. It was a perfect start to my Saturday. So I was hoping it continued later that night, and it sure did. But it was a perfect start to a loss. And a lot of Collingwood fans, they're getting a bit ippy now. They're getting a bit nervous. They're not the same team as they were last year. So there's a new Melbourne team. There's a new Melbourne King team in town, and they're hating life at the moment. So it's good to see them hating life. But yeah, as I said, big game on Friday night between Collingwood and the next team they were about to say. But big game. But yeah, up the Gold Coast. I'm a Gold Coast supporter that week, and I was a very happy one. So I was singing the song and up the Suns.
Well, you're gonna be happy with this comment. Who's Nick Dacos? Cripps levels above Gen will reckon. So
please, mate, Cripper. He's the king of the show, mate.
That's what he's saying.
He is God. Cripper is God.
AO reckons Ben kicked 4 goals. Yes, he did. So he's the king that everyone wants. His brother is nowhere near that. As for the supporters travelling interstate from Victoria to interstate, it's bloody expensive travelling to Victoria. Oh, it's not too bad. I mean, we travelled the other day, but it costs about $100 in fuel. So it's not that bad.
Cheap as.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, man. If you got the right car, you got the right company with you. It's a good drive. It's a good drive. All right.
Imagine being in a car with Port Adelaide supporters. Jeez,
it's great. You would have loved it, mate. You would have loved it. All right, next one, guys. Next one. Adelaide versus GWS. Far out. 13-16-94. Crows defeat GWS 12-6-78. I kind of saw this coming. I saw GWS, their form's been really shit lately, and the Crows had to, they're always facing teams like lately that have been in good form. So they found finally a team that's in bad form. So, I think Rankin had a top game. I didn't watch this one because we were at the MCG, but I think Rankin just went nuts, didn't he? Let me just get the stats up.
They tagged Dawson, not Rankin. I don't know why.
Yeah, Rankin had 27 touches, 2 goals, 3. So he could have 5 goals. Yeah, Dawson had 24 touches. But for the Suns, Lockie Whitfield had 41 touches. Shit. Far out.
Crows don't tag.
And Tom Green had 38. Did Toby Green score any goals or what?
2.
3 goals, Toby Green.
3. Okay.
Rochelle had 2 goals, 4.
Please, Josh O'Shelley, please.
Shaved his head.
Shaved his head. Maybe that's the difference. Taylor Walker 2 goals, so he came back and scored 2. Yeah. So look, as I said, the Crows are just making up the numbers now, but for their confidence going forward, I guess it's a good win. GWS, I don't know where GWS sits in the whole grand scheme of things. I think they're still in the 8.
No, they're not. They're 10th.
Oh, they're 10th. Okay. Well, I was touting him like a month or 2 ago that they were the best thing, since sliced bread, mate. So I don't know what's happened, man. Like them and Port Adelaide have just fallen off a cliff together. Like when Port was playing GWS, I didn't do that week. I didn't review that week, and they were both shit. Port was just shitter. That was a terrible game to watch. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal with GWS is, but good on the Crows for winning at home. I thought that this would have been a win for you guys. Just the fact that you guys had the bye and GWS are struggling. So you guys, when you guys play well, you guys can score, and you've proved that before. It's like any team, when they're playing shit, they play shit. So, but they won, and the Crows fans are happy. So, King of the North, we didn't watch this one because we were at the G. But any words on it?
Any words? I'll take the words of one of the King's men. GWS are just bad and poor. So AO reckons. So that's pretty much spot on. We've watched them quite a number of weeks in a row now, where we've done watch-alongs or whatever, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. They seem to have a fairly quality side and on paper, but no, they just can't win. They can't beat the good side. So yeah, not surprised. Good on the Crows for getting one back and winning at home, and yeah, season back on track now. J Crom.
No.
J Crom. I mean, your season's done, mate. But if you're going to take your wins when they're there, you have to put a smile on your face. Even though your season's done, you got to put a smile on your face. And are you happy with that performance? Does it reassure you that Nix is the right guy going forward? And just give us your thoughts, man.
Well, first of all, I've never said Nix isn't the wrong guy going forward. I've never been a Nix out guy. I think he deserves another season next year. And it was actually a good all-round day for the Crows, because our second team beat the Bays as well in the SANFL. And Phil Fort came back in that game and just looked like an absolute beast. I don't know if you guys seen a picture of Philly at the moment. It looks like he's on juice or something.
Jeez.
But yeah, look. The Crows, we finally got one over GWS. They've been like our bogey side for the last few years, maybe, at least the last 2 anyway. Can't seem to beat them. But yeah, it's good to get one over the Orange Tsunami. Yeah, look, Rankin had a field day. Looks great, and he looks like, pretty much our best player now. But look, we played a lot of young players again. We debutised Zach Taylor as well. It's good to see, and it's good to see that Nix is keeping the likes of Smith and stuff out, and some of the old heads aren't getting a game now. So, yeah, we're a very young team, and we keep bleeding our young players. Billy Dowling looked good as well. Laird's gone back to the half-back line. We're all shouting for that. And I think Saligo's dropped off a little bit. He hasn't been as good as he was in the first half of the year, but he's still young as well. Yeah, look, that's what it is now for us. Just enjoy the wins when they come. I'm hoping that we finish off this season very strongly and just to give us a bit of momentum into 2025. So up the Crom, good win, and just hopefully get a few more towards the end of the season.
No worries, man. Johnny Carlton, did you see this one, or were you watching the Geelong Essendon game?
I was watching the other game, but Adelaide are not doing Carlton any favours this year. First of all, beating us at Marvel Stadium, and then I was like, come on, at least let Giants win so they can lose next week to Carlton. But unfortunately, they didn't. So, yeah, Adelaide just don't like Carlton at the moment. I don't know why. But anyway.
How does that hate Carlton beating GWS?
Oh, yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, look, I personally think Adelaide should have won by 50 points plus. Adelaide were very inaccurate, and GWS didn't look like missing. So I reckon this should have been a 50-point plus game. But, yeah, look, Adelaide played well. The only good thing Adelaide did was give Josh Kelly a whole month injury, so he doesn't have to play against Carlton next week. So that's good news. Thank you, Adelaide. We'll take that. But
the world doesn't roll around Carlton.
Yeah. Well, it does to me, mate. So, but yeah, no. As I said, look, Adelaide looked good. Rankin looked on fire. Rochelle looks like a different new man. With his new haircut. And wait till they get the polar bear back into the team, because he looks like an actual polar bear, Phil Thorpe. Far out.
So you did see him?
How big is he? How big is he, man? Oh my god, now I'm scared. Don't even play showdown, man.
He's grown facial hair and he looks like God now. He looks
like God.
Yeah, can't be stopped.
Oh no. I'm gonna have nightmares now, man. Far out.
Anyways, look, good win by the Crom. Very, very happy. But yeah, as I said, hopefully GWS don't take their anger out on Carlton this week. But I reckon the Blue Boys will be fine. But yeah, good win by the Crom, and yeah, hopefully they can have another couple wins by the end of the season. So
here's a question before we go to the next game to the panel. Do you think Isaac Rankin is All Australian this year? Do you think he can make it?
I think he's already in the contention of the what's that database they do?
Yeah, I heard he might be.
Champion data.
He could be. He could be. Depends. It depends.
Do I see Rankin being the All Australian 6 forwards?
He'll get one of the half forward roles.
Or he could go on the bench.
I think he will. To the question, I think he will.
I think he will be as well. I've rated him this year. I actually think Rankin might get his All Australian. So I can't think of any good other half forwards this year. I don't think Toby Green's been better than Rankin, to be honest.
No, he hasn't.
I don't think, but we'll see. Depends how many midfielders they put in the forward line, but I think he should get it. So
yeah. All right. Next game, we did go to this one. It was at the MCG.
Don't get me started on this game.
I want to hear everything about it, J. Crom. But Geelong, 69-105, defeated Essendon 9-6-60. We were at the game. It was freaking freezing. I was like, it was raining. It was just miserable weather. But in saying that, when it's wet weather footy, like there's a lot of behinds. There wasn't as many behinds. There was only they scored Geelong scored 9, Essendon scored 6. So it was pretty, accurate in front of goal for the teams. But Essendon looked good. They started off really well. Two meter Peter was marking the ball. They were getting a lot of inside 50s. They started scoring goals. They were in front. They looked good in that first half. They looked good. Geelong just kept with them. There wasn't any standouts with Geelong in that first half. I think Cameron scored 1. He didn't look. His whole game wasn't that great, really. But and then the second half, the third quarter especially started, and Geelong just went bang. And there was some shitty calls. If you're an Essendon supporter, that one where Draper got frontal contact should have probably been a free kick. Then the walk over the line. And in the Port game the next day, Houston did the same thing, and he didn't get done for it. So yeah, that was 2 goals there. Kind of like shifted the momentum a bit. Those calls and gave the momentum to Geelong. And Geelong, I mean, Essendon just don't know yet how to stop the momentum, and that's what it was really. It was just Geelong just had all this momentum, and Essendon just could not stop it. So it kind of showed the cracks in Essendon. They're definitely not a top 4 side. Yeah, I reckon they can still make the 8. I think they're good enough to make the 8, but are they good enough to make top 4? No, not yet. They're not at that level yet. But then again, I don't know. They could even slip out of the 8. Really, they could. I mean, Geelong are not. They're not that great at the moment either. So, but it wasn't like the best game to watch. But yeah, Geelong just did it comfortably at the end, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It wasn't like standout wow game. It was the first half was good. Like it was tight tussle, and Essendon had the upper hand. But then that second half, especially that third quarter, far out, unbelievable. King of the North, you sat there with me. We watched it. There was a lot of Essendon fans there, more than Geelong. It was Geelong's home game. So, what do you think, man? What do you think of the game?
Yeah, it was. I was expecting better from Essendon, and I was expecting better from the pie shop as well. So the sausage roll was pretty average.
It was.
Copped about two potatoes for that one. So MCG do better. But yeah, no, the momentum change and the heads went down, and they just couldn't recover after those couple of calls, and Geelong went on with it. So yeah, not good signs for Essendon.
No, it's definitely not good signs, but it is what it is, and I just think they're starting to, this happened last year where they just kept losing all their games and they fell out. So for Essendon fans, I hope that doesn't happen. Jay Crom, I know you're watching the Crows game, but let us know your frustration from this game, man.
Well, I was actually watching both because I was at work, and me and my partner there at work, we both love footy and we both love a punt. So we both had both screens going. And these umpires, I'm blaming them for my multi. I had Geelong 1-39, and I felt like these umpires were just gifting Geelong to push them over 40. Look, normally I wouldn't care in this sort of game about the umpiring, but my God, what were these decisions, man? That Draper, what a disgrace. And it wasn't even just that one. I've seen Ridley get pushed in the back completely, and there wasn't even a free kick. And there was so many you can... Look, Essendon got ripped off.
The holding the ball ones as well.
Yeah. So, look, they talk about momentum. They talk about this sort of stuff. So, look, if you're an Essendon fan, I would feel ripped off. But I'm blaming the umpires for my multi, and I was pissed off because of that game. But I don't like either of those teams, really. So, but I probably hate Geelong more. So, yeah. It is what it is, and good on you, Geelong.
As I said, Essendon is still not good enough to wrestle back momentum, and once they lose it, that's it, man. They're done. So, all right, Johnny Carlton, you're pretty happy with this one because Essendon are one of your arch nemesis, and you would have watched this one closely. What do you think, man?
Yes, well. It went from Gold Coast Collingwood to this game, and my night just kept getting better and better. And and because of that, there's also something that's also back.
Oh my God!
And we have the book.
The book
is back. And I wrote something in the book for the Bomber supporters. So,
well done.
Let's have a read, shall we? Last week, Carlton beat Geelong by 63 points. And Essendon said, well, actually, only beat Geelong. A week later, you've lost by 45 points to the team that you said were shit. How does that make sense? ? Bombers fans, You said this was going to be your grand final, going to the MCG and beating a top 8 team. Well, we all know that you can never beat a top 8 team. Yes, the umpires were against you. I can obviously tell you that. But even if they were on your side, you still wouldn't have won. You guys are just trash. You guys don't deserve to be in that final 8 spot. Even Adelaide are better than you at the moment. You guys are just the ponies. You guys don't deserve to be anywhere near finals contention. We'll see you in 2025. And as always, Johnny Carlton, he loves the Bombers.
Go the Bombers.
Oh, geez, that one has to go on TikTok for sure.
How in school you get people to come up and talk in front of the class. That's how I feel like Johnny Carlton was doing with.
That's good.
I love the book, mate. The book was good.
Oh, geez, what a book.
Please, Essendon
All right.
supporters top 4, please.
That's right.
Yeah, there's not many Essendon supporters in the chat, but there will be on TikTok. Don't worry about that. All right. I really don't want to speak about this one, but here we go. All right.
Here we go.
Sunday. This is the game I went over to watch over in Melbourne. It was St Kilda versus Port, 8-12-60 to 8-14-62. Port get the chocolates at the end. What can I say, man? It was a hard watch. Look, I sat there optimistic that we should beat St Kilda, and we thought, should be by a big margin. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think we were gonna be by a big margin. I thought we were gonna just scrap what you see in that score. That's what I thought we were gonna get, right? And it's exactly what happened. So. It was a weird game. It was just, I can't even. I mean, the only, there was improvements in players from last week. I did like, Finlayson was, he was chasing. I saw that he was chasing, he was harassing. He was playing a lot better than he did last week. Last week he wasn't even chasing at all. So, I did see an improvement. I did like the back line without Radigalia. However, our skills are still deplorable. They're, not good enough. I know that people say, Ross Lyon's St Kilda team, makes you play this slow style, but we had chances to score. We could have kicked a big score. When you're always leading up on the boundary, not, from the front, you're playing that style. And you're always getting shots from the boundary. We had maybe, how many shots do you reckon, King? We had 12 shots, I reckon, from the boundary.
Pretty much.
And all missed. You know what I mean? So we had opportunity. They had opportunities to kick a score, and they didn't. So it was a weird feeling. I thought Jason Horne-Francis, probably one of his best games he's played this year. He really stood out. Like, he was above the whole rest of both teams. Well, he was just above them. So he was really good. He stood out. Butters was okay at times, but held. He was tagged as well. Connor Rosie he's still not the he was better than last week, but nowhere near that his form that we saw in the start of the season. Our forward line is a bit of it's hard to read. They just we had Lord in there. He's still coming back from an injury. His timing's a bit off with his leads. But I thought Narkle did well for us. He took a few marks, had a few shots. Yeah, he did miss a few, but at least he presented and he looked good actually, Narkle. Backline, Zerk Thatcher. I thought Zerk Thatcher was probably one of his best games he's played. Max King just couldn't do anything. He was on him like a glove and played him really well. So I'm going to give Zerk Thatcher some props there. They look better without Radigalia, as I said. They just I don't know why they look like a better defense. So quick mention to Logan Evans, scored his first goal. No one could score a goal. This kid goes back. He intercepts a ball coming out of defense for St Kilda and goes back, slots it. I mean, second game to do that. Congratulations, man. Awesome. And also, we did have a first gamer play, Will Lorenz. He was not too bad. He came on for Todd Marshall. He's got a bit of an injury. Todd Marshall was shocking as well. No fight, no nothing. Like just
He's injured now, isn't he?
but I think he's being tested this week. He'll probably come back in. But yeah, guys like Marshall, guys like. I thought Georgiades tried, but he's not a big forward. We need someone big down there, man. I know people don't like Charlie Dixon, and I know people think he's shit, but he's a presence down there, man. And when he's in there, he the other guys fire. But yeah, I just don't see. We're missing someone that's big in there that can crash packs, and we just don't have that player at the moment. So,
what about Lockie Jones?
Lockie Jones, oh yeah, look. He was all right, but he wasn't great. Like, there was a lot of turnovers he did, but as my mate, we're talking to my mate Donnie, he goes, yeah, he's got that mongrel about him. That's what's probably only good about him, but he's injured now anyway, so he's out for a couple of weeks now. So, look, let me just talk to you about the end. I was sitting there like this, and it was, 2 points up. Georgiades had the ball, 25 minutes on the clock. Siren goes, and I'm like, what? Is it finished? Like, normally, after a close game, you're like, excited, Mate, I did not have that feeling. It was so flat. It was such a flat feeling. And it was weird. Real weird feeling for me. I've never experienced that where you're not excited for the team that's just, for your team that just won. I don't know why. I think because the week before, they just ripped our hearts out, right? And then gave it to us. Like, that's what they did to us last week as supporters. And to go there and play a game like that, like they did, like scrappy, shitty game, it was hard to accept. Am I happy with a win? Yes, but did it feel like a win? No, it didn't feel like a win. It felt like a loss or a draw. Just felt like it was just like, oh, okay, that's it. Okay, let's go home now. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, weird, very weird for me. But it is what it is. This week it's a big test. Hinkley was crying. Look. I feel for Hinkley. I do. I like Hinkley. I like you, Ken. I do like you. I still think your time is done. I really do. And I don't think crying's going to save you at all, man, for what I think. But, look, I could be wrong, man. I could be wrong. He could take us to a grand final tomorrow. I don't know. I hope he does. But it's our form is really bad. So, not to, St Kilda are a very average team. And to not put them away easily is concerning. So, but it is what it is. A win's a win, so you got to just take it and move on, I guess. But King of the North, you sat there next to me, just laughing with me. What do you think, man?
Well, we've got to mention you mentioned nearly every player, so I'll just mention Boki as well. So Boki tried his best and wasn't. And Ollie Wines was out there as well. So yeah, I don't know. It was a tough watch, wasn't it? So so yeah, he tried, and they just can't get momentum. There was probably 4 players in Port who were just trying their hardest to get the team going, but they just can't get the team going. So last week I said, and I mentioned this when we were at the game, like last week it was the backs that were the problem. This week it's the forwards. Finlayson was better. He was more accurate. He went okay. But yeah, you just got to have small forwards or big forwards who can kick goals. But yeah, they seem to. They're not using the corridor. They're going up the wing, and they're kicking from out on the wing and trying to kick goals from out there, which isn't working. So, yeah, got the win, but heaps of work to do, I think.
They could have easily lost that game too. That's the scary thing. So, it would have been interesting. Like, if they had lost that game, it would have been very interesting to see what happened with Ken Hinkley. Would have been very interesting. But he lives to fight another.
St Kilda have come out and been able to play a quarter where they can win or they go well, but they just weren't up to it either. So yeah,
it was a shit game. Like, both teams were just terrible. But
yeah,
Jake Crom, did you watch this one?
Bits of it, yeah, bit of a scrappy affair. It's hard to see what direction Port are going. Like, they're going up into that sort of premiership window, or they're sort of fading away from that premiership window, going to a bit of mediocrity for a while. But I don't know, man. Port needed, I don't know, they don't look good, unfortunately for Chris. But look, they got the win. And I see how you can feel like it felt like a bit of a loss because it was an ugly win. But yeah, look, man, you just, I don't know, like it's just not clicking at all for Port at the moment. I don't know, just movement or whatever. But yeah, look, they could bounce back. They could fall down the ladder more. Right now, I don't think they're going to make the 8. But I'm not saying that as a hatred thing. I just can't see them the way they're playing with the amount of teams that are vying for the 8th spot this year. So, yeah. And Saints, they're just singular. They're just yes. And, yeah, that's it.
We're missing a lot of grunt in that forward line. Rioli comes back this week, so that does help a little bit. And I thought, not having Sam Pepper there, I know that he's not the best player or whatever, but he's a grunt player. And not having him in that forward line as a grunt, that hard player that's going to lock it in there, I think we struggle. So, yeah, it just goes to show depth is not as good as we thought. But it is what it is. But, Johnny Carlton, give us your thoughts, man.
We're not going to say much. I didn't watch this game at all, so I don't know what happened. But I saw there was a umpire problem where Port Adelaide ruckman was on the feet, and he gave it back to his mate trying to get up, and they gave it a free kick like they did to the Freo Collingwood game. So that was a bit bizarre. Stupid decisions, that is. But yeah, look, I told you, Chris Lee, last week. I was like, mate, you're gonna go there, have a bit of confidence. Hopefully, you did. But yeah, look, you got the win. You're in the 8. Just look at the positives, I reckon. You're not out of there yet. You're still fighting, so you can hold on and make finals. I reckon that's a bonus. But yeah, it's, as I said, tough. It looks like it was a tough game, very low scoring game too. So yeah, hopefully Port can now start something now with that win and get it under their belt and start winning games that matters, and starts at home this week as well. So
yeah, 100%. Just quick shout out to Marvel Stadium. I thought great stadium to watch footy. I love watching footy there. Like, you can see at Adelaide Oval, you can sit there, you can see a lot, but you can't sometimes see very far away. Where there, you can see everything. And yeah, such a cool stadium. I really like Marvel Stadium. Really cool stadium. So, all right, next game. It's Richmond 10-10-70 to Carlton 2011-131. Huge win by the Blue Baggers. Oh my god.
Just getting it ready. That's all.
61 point win to Carlton. Do you want to go first, Johnny Carlton? Because you look like you're ready to.
No. I'm happy to go last.
All right. Look, I will just quickly say I didn't watch this game because I was, it was pretty much playing a bit after the Port game, and we saw the ending, and like I say, Richmond looked like they were, in that half, the first half they looked okay, like they were with them, they were going with them, and they were like, it looked like a bit of an arm wrestle, and then all of a sudden, third quarter hits, and all I could see was goal after goal after goal after goal from Carlton. I was like, Richmond, what are you doing? And the Carlton, mate, they look scary, man. They look a bit scary. I wouldn't want to face them at the MCG right now. They look scary. So yeah, Cripper, man, what a gun. He's playing the best footy of his career right now, I think. So, they're going well, Carlton, and I reckon they're probably in better form than Sydney right now. I reckon the most informed side right now is Carlton. So, they're going for it, man. They're going for it. And I did say this the other night. The only thing that can stop Carlton now, I reckon, is injuries. So if they cop a few injuries, that could derail them. But other than that, they are going for that premiership. So they look really good. Richmond, yeah, they're still building. They were they were okay for a half, and then they just capitulated. They just couldn't go with Carlton. So congratulations, Carlton, King of the North. You were excited when we were at the Palace watching this one. What do you think, man? You happy?
Another demolition job, and another quarter of goals after goals after goals. So well done, the Blues, and march on to next week.
I mean, 40 touches for Cripper. Unreal.
Mm.
So, and then you got Akers 33, Newman 28, Walsh had 26. But, I mean, he had 2 goals, Walsh. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Far out. Sard was good from the back, 24 touches. Chera was subbed out. Is he okay?
Yeah, tactical sub.
Okay, and Kennedy was out as well. Is he okay? Has he got a...
1 week. He'll be fine.
Yeah, Mackay had 2 goals. Fantasia had 4. So best outing for Fantasia.
Razio.
Johnny Carlton's favourite player.
Wait, how did Owies go?
He played shithouse.
1 goal, 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very quiet. All right. And also Williams only had 1 goal as well. So normally he hits the scoreboard a bit more, but he still hit the scoreboard. Jay Crom, did you watch this one?
No, I didn't watch this one, so I'm just going to have a quick shout out to obviously Johnny Carlton, the King, and majority of my family. Good win, and I'll pass it over to Paddy Cripps.
Paddy Cripps, what do you think, man?
Wow. I don't know if you know what this is, but this is a Brownlow medal. And this man is coming for his 2nd Brownlow medal, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Brownlow Cripper. This bloke.
Yeah,
he is coming for his 2nd Brownlow, and they thought Nick Dacos was a god. Do you know who you're talking to? Do they know who they're talking to? This guy is a god. This guy put his team on the back of his shoulders, and look what happens to him now. Anyways, Cripper, till Brownlow night, I'll see you there. Wow. I was at the game. It was, as you know, Melbourne, very cold. It was raining. I was sitting level 1. I was drenched. But that didn't stop me from smiling, baby. Especially against this team. It did not stop me smiling. I was a bit nervous in the first half, not going to lie. The truth's coming out. I was a bit nervous. I'm like, why the hell does this team always play good against us for some freaking reason? But the boys came out at halftime and they're like, all right, the games are over. This team is shit house. That's why they're second last on the ladder. Let's actually start playing some football. And look what happened. 7 goals in 10 minutes. Please. Game over. You could have gone and done a quick load of washing. Could have seen 6 points come back 10 minutes later. It's 41 points. Just like that. Just like that. Like a quick little flash. But, mate, how good. How good. Fantasia, wow. I've been giving this boy a lot of crap lately. So, yeah, wow. He very surprised me a lot. Kicked 4 goals. I was starving to myself before the game. I was like, how the hell is this guy not sub? But he showed me why he wasn't sub. But he came on and he kicked 4 goals. Yeah. Some razzle-dazzle was sprinkled on the MCG on Sunday afternoon. So something in that rain made Orazio do something that was, yeah. But as I said, no decoding and the boys just showed it. We're playing a team effort. Everyone's playing their role. Jacob Wiedering looks like the best AA defender in the world right now. Charlie Charlie's winning his third straight Coleman. How have you not seen a better forward than this bloke? He's winning 3 Colemans in a row. Like, someone, please. Competitive, please. Charlie wants a fight. Like, someone, race him for the Coleman. He's just running away. But as I said, love beating that shit old Richmond freaking Fruit Loops. I'll keep it PG. So, yeah, but, I can't stand this team. And, look, we're coming. And as everyone said, baggers are flaggers, baby. And we'll see you on September 28th. And the Blues take on the Swans in the grand final, baby. It's coming home. 17. It's coming home.
Quick question for you, Johnny Carlton. Would you rather face Sydney or Collingwood in the grand final?
Sydney, 100%. No questions asked. Not even hesitant to ask to tell you that answer.
Yeah, but if you knew that you were going to beat Collingwood, would you want Collingwood then?
Oh, 100%. Anything to beat Collingwood. Yeah, mate, that's the dream. That's the life. I would probably be more excited to beat Collingwood in the grand final than having a child and getting married. But that's just how I am. But yeah. Would be amazing. But yeah, I'd rather play Sydney in the granny. And it's coming home, Chris C. It's coming home. Baggers are winning their 17th flag, mate. They're coming home.
Well,
the lids are off, baby. The lids are off, baby. Yes!
All right. Well, look, I still think you should just because I've been in that situation where I think we're going to win, and then but no, you guys are looking good. You guys are definitely looking good. So, congratulations. All right.
And then and now we go to Saturday night and take on a tsunami, if that's what they're calling it, a tsunami.
Where are you playing? Where are you playing them? At their home ground?
Yeah, at their home ground.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna turn the orange tsunami into a blue tsunami, mate. That's cool.
That's what it looks like. AO is going crazy with the blue and white hearts. So, all right. Next game, West Coast versus Hawthorn. Last game of the round. But that scoreline looks a bit shocking for West Coast. So 4-9-33. Hawks defeated them 14-10-94. It was a 61-point margin. Hawthorn just doing it too easy. I didn't watch this game because I was delirious when this was playing.
Who is this Boston bloke?
Who?
Who is this Boston bloke?
Boston, shipping him from Boston.
He's
doing my head in.
Why?
He's doing my head in.
Why?
He's one of the King's men.
To play Nick Dacos. Seriously, get out of here, man. Have you watched football this year?
Crom is too scared to play Dacos. What are you talking about?
No, he's saying Cripps is too scared to play Dacos. Seriously? Mate, he'll carry him on the back of his shoulders. Don't you know who Paddy Cripps is? Please, stop talking rubbish. Getting me angry.
Don't get angry, man. It's only someone's, someone's opinion. Doesn't matter. Don't get upset, man. Don't get upset.
Bloody Adelaide supporters.
I don't think he's an Adelaide supporter.
I don't care what he is, bloody supporters.
Anyway, West Coast versus Hawthorn. Did you guys watch this? I didn't watch it, so I can't really comment on it. I know that Chol scored 2 goals. Newcomb had 33 touches. Moore had 29. Did Waterman score anything? Was Waterman playing? He scored 1 goal, so... I thought West Coast would have been a bit better. I thought West Coast would have been a bit better against the Hawks, but wasn't to be. And Hawks are marching on, guys. Hawks are marching on. I think they're definitely a chance to make the finals. And they're a good side. They're becoming a good side. So. King of the North, your Hawks. You love the Hawks. Did you get a glimpse of this? I remember we were in the Palace, just sitting there, but I can't really remember much of this game.
I did get a glimpse. Yeah, I did get a glimpse. We watched the end of the game, and just a tip to all the teams that are in the top 8 when you're playing a bottom side what Hawthorn did to West Coast was just put the foot down and scored more points and got their percentage up. And when Essendon played them the other week, they won by a couple of points, and Hawthorn had a completely different attitude for the whole game. They just went after them and scored and scored and scored, and kept them low as well. So, yeah, tip for young players: when you're playing the bottom sides, you've got to put a score on them to get your percentage up. So, yeah, they did that in spades, and once again, the Hawks march on. So, yeah, well done.
There you go. Boston says, sorry, Johnny. Don't be sorry, Boston. Give him shit there. Give Johnny Carlton shit. Oh, he always gives me shit. No, I'm just joking. Johnny Carlton, you get too upset, man. Poor kid. He's probably, I think he's like 15, man. The guy's probably crying now. Anyway, J. Crom.
Yeah, look, man, the Hawks, they're just like, they're sort of going under the radar, but not. Yeah, people starting to look. I think if they did this ladder flip, I saw on Instagram, and if they had the ladder started from like round 7 or 8, Hawks would be second on the ladder or something. So it's amazing. They've turned their season around, and look, man, the Hawks. I actually hope they make the 8. You know what I mean? They're exciting to watch. They're a young team, and I'm really happy what Sammy Mitchell's doing at the club.
100%. Yeah, he's a great coach. So I mean, to see where they've come from and where they're heading, yeah, he's done really well. So I mean, the proof's going to be in the pudding at the end. You know, obviously, a premiership is what you need to get to keep your job, but he's definitely heading in that direction. So, Johnny Carlton, what do you think of the Hawks, man? Are they going to make finals, or are they just
I'm on the Hawks bandwagon as well. I reckon they've probably been the most consistent team in the comp in the last 8 weeks. They've been playing some amazing football. Everyone said, it was a bad time for them for the bye to come, but yeah, the bye didn't phase them. They just went on to West Coast, and West Coast had really good ins as well. And yeah, they were supported. It was the whole West Coast army. Then they showed why they've been playing great footy, and now they're equal 9th, so they're 1 game away from the 8. So a win this week could see them in the 8, which is really exciting for Hawthorn fans. But yeah, as I said, well done to the Hawks, and yeah, we'll see how they go next week.
No worries. Donnie, how are you, my friend? I spent 8 hours with him yesterday in the car. It was painful, but no, I'm just joking. He was good. No, he was good. It was good. Yeah, you know, stopping for the toilet every 2 seconds was good. It was a good trip. Genel was asking a question. I was on True Footy the other day, and he said it kind of sucks to see the Hawks be back to this quality back. No, hold on. I was on True Footy the other day, and he said it kind of sucks to see the Hawks be back to this quality back. Do you feel the same? What do you mean?
Maybe they're back to their rebuild's been
good form. Too soon. Yeah.
Too soon. Oh, too soon. You reckon? Is that what you mean?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I was never a big fan of the Hawks dynasty. I was, because Port Adelaide, played them in that prelim, could have, stopped them. So I wasn't a huge fan of it. They were good though. They were good back then, but yeah, it's gone pretty quick. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. What is it? I don't know. It's.
Yeah, look, you got to say it's a good thing. They're a very young team, and it's coming together quickly. How can that be a bad thing?
Yeah, I didn't see why it is a bad thing as well. So
that's what you want for your team, to come back quickly after players retire and your young players come up.
Like you don't want to be a North Melbourne or a West Coast still battling down the bottom. So even though they've had they've been improvements in North and West Coast. Hawks were in that bracket, weren't they? They were in that North and West Coast bracket last year. This year,
Take it from a Crows fan, like we've been rebuilding for 6 years. I'd rather take 2 years than 6 years. So
yeah. Good night, AO. Good night, my friend. Johnny, I reckon.
Is it time?
What?
Is it time for banana?
It is time for the banana, but do you want to do the ladder first?
Yeah, we'll do ladder first. Johnny,
All
I
right.
reckon you'll win the flag. I hope you're right, Boston.
All right, here we go.
Now this guy's talking Now this guy's talking things that I like to see. Thank you. Finally, he's woken up.
All right, round 16 ladder. Sydney is still on top. Sydney is still on top, 52 points. Carlton gone to 44, second on the ladder. Fremantle.
Sorry, what was that? Carlton what?
Carlton the second on the ladder, 44 points.
That's what I like to hear, mate. Thank you very much.
Why? What did I say?
No, I just heard you. I just wanted to hear it again. That's all. I wanted to hear it twice.
I thought I did a mistake. Far out. You know what? Third Fremantle. That's surprising. Fremantle third, surprising. Fourth Essendon are still in the top four somehow. Geelong fifth. Collingwood are sixth. Can't believe Port Adelaide were seventh. Brisbane are eighth. Western Bulldogs are coming at ninth. GWS 10th. Gold Coast 11th. Melbourne sit at 12th. 13 of the Hawks. Now, if you see those group from 13 going up, I mean, it's one game. You know, it's not much, man. So, a lot's going to play out, and those teams there are vying for those top 8 spots. So, it's going to be an interesting finish. Adelaide still... Sorry?
No, keep going.
Adelaide 14th. Doesn't look like they're going anywhere this year. St Kilda 15th. West Coast 16th. Richmond 17th. And down the bottom is North Melbourne. Any surprises there, guys?
Very big surprise.
Yep.
If Collingwood lose this week, they're out of the 8. How good would that be? Please. Collingwood lose on Friday night, they're out of the 8. Oh, mate, that would make my weekend. Please.
Well, it could happen. So we'll see what happens there. How about you guys? Any of you guys? Any surprise? My surprise is Freo at third.
I think my surprise is just the 6 points from 13th to third. AFL will be loving that. And I think it's never happened before in AFL history if Carlton, Collingwood and Essendon all finish in the top 4. So if that happens, it'll be the first time I think in AFL history.
That's not happening, mate. Essendon are too shit and Collingwood are too shit, mate. It's not happening.
Be careful what you wish for. King of the North. Anything there to surprise you? Also, Port Adelaide. I can't believe they're there.
Still in the 8, so they're hanging in there. No, Freo have done enough to be up there, but third is quite surprising. So yeah, that'll be the one.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Johnny Carlton's Banana of the Week.
Oh, I like this banana. Johnny Carlton's round 16 banana of the week goes to the Essendon Football Club. Oh, I love it.
Club.
There was all bananas for the Essendon fans this week for the club. They were my banana. They came out this week. The coach, there was the battle of the brothers, and they said that everyone said that they can't compete against top 8 teams and they will beat a top 8 team. You clearly didn't. You lost by 45 points, you Fruit Loops. So, a hard banana to choose from. It was either that or Logan McDonald, but Logan McDonald I'll give him a little bit of credit for. But yeah, Essendon fans and Essendon Football Club, you are the banana of the week. So
it's all right, Essendon. I've been a banana. You'll survive. Trust me, you'll be fine.
You will survive. Jacob's been a banana too.
I'm waiting for King of the North to be a banana. So when's
I'm waiting.
There'll be a week. Don't worry about that. It's coming.
All right, let's get to the fixtures and do our tips. So, all right, so this Friday night. Oh, J Crom, you look good there, man. Collingwood versus Essendon. Replay of the Anzac Day clash. So it's the MCG Friday night, gentlemen. What's your tips? I'm going after watching Essendon. See, Collingwood looked shit too, didn't they? This is a hard one. I'm going to go Collingwood this time. Yeah, I'm going to go Collingwood. They look better. You know, out of the games last week, they look better than Essendon, even though they did lose to Gold Coast. And I think at the MCG, I think Collingwood get the job done. King?
Collingwood for me.
J-Crom?
I'll go for the underdog, the Bombers.
Johnny Carlton. Draw. Jeez.
Draw.
Okay.
Jeez, that should be a bold call.
Hey, is there one team you hate more?
Who do you hate more?
Richmond.
No.
These two.
Yeah, who do you hate more? Like, who would you like to lose more? Whichever helps you, I guess.
Surely it's
Has to be Collingwood.
Yeah, it's Collingwood. Yeah, Collingwood.
All right, next one. Saturday Arvo, North Melbourne versus Gold Coast at Marvel Stadium, 1:15. I'm going to go. Do Gold Coast lose again away from home? Is North Melbourne going to be the thing to keep going? Is this going to be their second win? Yeah, what? I'm going North Melbourne, man. I just can't see Gold Coast losing, winning away from home. So, did Gold Coast beat St Kilda? No, St Kilda beat them, didn't they?
Yeah,
They did. It was a shit game.
Yeah, I'm going to go North Melbourne just for that sole reason. They've got some kind of hoodoo, and I think North Melbourne are due a game. I think this is the game they're going to win. So North Melbourne for me. King of the North.
I'll go Suns and 40 disposals for Ned Flanders.
J-Crom.
Yeah, tough game. But yeah, I'm going for underdogs, so going for North.
All right, Johnny Carlton. Gold Coast. They're going to win away from home. There we go. All right. Next one. One that I'm probably going to. Port Adelaide versus the Bulldogs at Adelaide Oval. Man, at 1:15. What a shit time slot. Dude, I don't know. If it's Port from last week, then they're going to lose. But well, I'm only going to go for Port because they're my team and I want them to win. So look, I'm going to go Port Adelaide, but with no confidence whatsoever. And it's going to be if Port wins, it's going to be close. But if it's going to be another Brisbane massacre, then we could get blown off the park. So yeah, I'm just going to go Port because I go from that's the only reason. But I'm not confident. King of the North.
Well, I'm sitting about 300,000 on the tipping, so I'll go the Bulldogs to try and get my points up.
All right, J-Crom.
Yeah, look, I've tipped Port this year a few times, but I just can't tip them this week. I think they're not clicking right now, and I think the doggies playing well, so I think the doggies might win.
Norton's back. Norton's back as well, so he's a big in.
Johnny Carlton. Port. No shit. Can you elaborate why or not?
Yeah. You know how I feel about the Bulldogs. They're a very mid team. They play a really good game and then they've played a really bad game, and I just feel like this is their bad game. They've played two good games in a row. And Norton came back on Saturday, King. He played his first game on Saturday, so he's ready back. But
he did. Yeah, that's what I mean. He came back on Saturday, but he's playing.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like that win on Sunday night gave Port confidence, and I just think Port fans will walk happy out of that game. So.
Well, let me just say about that game. It's a huge game. Ken Hinkley is staring down the barrel, man. So, like, a loss here. I'm not sure how the fans are going to react. They reacted pretty poorly.
He'll coach the rest of the season, man.
I don't know.
No matter what.
I don't know, but it was pretty bad, like what happened last time. So, look,
Yeah, but how do you sack a manager that's been there for that long mid-season, though?
yeah, I know, and we're
Exactly.
in the eight. I wouldn't sack him straight away, but I just think that if you're not gonna make, if you're not gonna make a grand final, like you're not gonna get anywhere close, like is it worth keeping him? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's up to yeah.
It's just a respect thing. You just give them this season and then part ways, sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's look. I don't know. If he loses like he did, if Port loses to the Bulldogs like we lost to Brisbane, there's gonna be our heads are gonna roll down there, man. It's gonna be ugly scenes, I reckon. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But interesting game. Next game is Geelong Hawthorn at the Cattery. Oh, you know what, man? I'm going Hawks. I think they can beat Geelong. When's the last time they beat Geelong at the Cattery? I don't even know, but I'm going Hawks. King.
Yep, I'm on the Hawks bandwagon. Go the Hawks.
Crom.
Knocking Geelong over at home.
Well, look, I hate Geelong so much, and I'm going Hawks, and I reckon they might be too quick for Geelong, maybe. But look, it's going to be one of their tough games they've had for a while, I reckon, Hawthorn. So, but I'm still backing them.
Yeah, I reckon they're going to be too quick for them, and they're better. They're better than they were when they played them at the start of the year, Hawks. So I reckon Hawks do it comfortable. I reckon they're going to do it comfortably, to tell you the truth. Yeah, about 28, Toby. I reckon you're right, Toby. Johnny Carlton.
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Carlton's round 17, bold call of the week. Well, I don't feel like it's a bold call because all of you boys have said it too, but I'm going Hawthorn too. So I think Hawthorn can beat the Cats at the Cattery. So yeah, that's my bold call, but I didn't think anyone else would agree with me. So yeah, but Hawthorn for me.
You're going to put a score on that bold call?
All right. Yeah. All right. We'll go Hawthorn by 35 points.
35.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I
Beauty.
think I agree with Johnny Carlton. I'm going with him. So, all right.
And we'll throw in a watch along as well.
We will. I was thinking of going to the game, but then I remembered how much I hate that ground. I've never been there before, Genwell, so I'd love to go to the Cattery to see what it's like. All right.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, how come people don't like it? Why? Why is that?
It's a good drive if you live in Melbourne up the freeway, but I just shit house, man. You have to walk around the whole ground for one fucking hot dog, please.
Oh, jeez. All right, next game is GWS versus Carlton at NG Stadium. Oh, you can't look away from Carlton. They just look too good. So even at away from home, I think Carlton get the chocolates by a lot. So Carlton for me. King of the North.
The Blues by 58 points.
58. Jeez. Crom.
Yeah, look, I think GWS is struggling at the moment, and obviously Carlton are not struggling, so Carlton will win.
And Johnny Carlton. Carlton Flaggers, yeah.
I would have said floggers for a minute there, but I had to...
Flaggers, mate. Flaggers.
Floggers. All right. Next one is Fremantle versus Richmond at Optus Stadium. Geez, this is I reckon another win for Freo. I know Richmond play well at Optus, but yeah, Freo should get the chocolates there. King of the North.
Yep, Freo by 40.
Yeah, Crom.
Yeah, Fremantle. Dusty's already checked out. Fremantle win.
Yeah, Johnny Carlton. Freo. Where'd he go? All right.
It is a catchy song, isn't it?
Hey?
It is a catchy song, that one.
It is
We used
catchy.
to sing it all the time.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Hit it hard, down with low. Melbourne versus the Eagles at the MCG. Could this be an upset? I can just sense an upset here. Why can't I sense
West
an
Coast
upset?
are playing pretty bad lately.
They have been.
They're back to Yes Coast now.
West Coast, yeah. Well, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Melbourne, just because of the home ground. But would not surprise me if they, But didn't they? West Coast beat them at home, didn't they? Is that why I'm thinking that? Yeah.
Was that last year?
No, that was this year. Yeah, I'll go Melbourne. King.
Yeah, that second quarter was pretty good last week, so I'll go Melbourne by a bit of a score.
Crom.
Yeah, I think Melbourne. West Coast has just been off the ball at the moment.
Yeah. And Johnny Carlton, Melbourne. There we go. All right. Next game is St Kilda versus the Swans at Marvel, 2:50 p.m. So that's a better time slot. That would have been better. Hey, King, for us if it was that time last week. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to go Sydney. I think they're going to just destroy St Kilda. Like what I saw of St Kilda last week. I thought, they're pretty average. Sydney are an amazing outfit, and I just don't see them touching St Kilda touching Sydney. So Sydney for me. King of the North?
Yep, same.
Crom?
Yeah, it's hard to see St Kilda matching up with Sydney's players. So, yeah, Sydney win.
And Johnny Carlton's going the Swannies. There we go. Last game of the round, which is an interesting one. Brisbane Lions versus the Crows at the Gabba. These two teams do like to match up well against each other. They did play a draw earlier in the season. But it's hard to see them beating Brisbane at home. And I think Brisbane should win. So Brisbane for me. King of the North?
Brisbane.
Crom.
Yeah, look, I'm not confident that we could win or anything, but I think we got a better chance than last few weeks. I think Brisbane aren't at their best yet. Look, I think Brisbane might probably win, but I'm going to stick with my team, but I'm not confident, so I'm going to tip the Crows.
All right, Johnny Carlton. Lions. All right, well, there you have it, guys. Show is over. Been a good show. We've had some interesting topics that we had to talk about. Thank you for everyone that came into the chat. Upset by 5 points, Boston reckons. I don't know about that, but we'll see.
I like Boston. He's a good bloke.
He's a nice guy. Guys, don't forget, if you're brand new to the show, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Check out our merch. HFD merch is on the screen right now. hfdmerch.myspreadshop.com.au. You can get the King of the North shirt, the Johnny Carlton t-shirt, or the jumper if you're cold. These hoodies are awesome. It's good quality, isn't it, boys?
Yeah, it is good quality.
Yeah. So I'm wearing the Stay Hunky one. You can't get this one anymore, but we might re-release them. But what's coming up? So tomorrow I'm not sure if KP's doing anything. I'm not sure because I'm working. So, but then Friday night there could be a watch along. Not sure exactly where it's going to be. And Saturday we're going to do some watch alongs on Saturday, and also Sunday as well. So it's going to be pretty busy. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to that other channel, HFD Footy, where we it's all about footy. There is a live show that we are doing there at the moment on a Sunday night. The boys are doing that called After the Game. It's sort of like the podcast, but it's just like watered down a bit. It's more just, having a chat about the round that was, and just like, it's not like as formal as this. If you want to go check it out, it's just just type in HFD Footy, and it's got our clips from this show will go on there, like little clips of us talking about different things, and so we just thought we'd do like a live something live there, get that channel bit of a boost, and so go support the boys over there as well. Guys, any final words before we go?
Calm the Crom.
King, anything you want to add to that show as well? Anything you want to say, or you're good?
to the show? No, just come and watch The King and the Prince on a Sunday night. Every Sunday, episode 2 coming up, and we'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's not on this channel, it's on the HFD Footy channel, so you got to go over there, okay? So if you're there, just subscribe to it. I'll put the link, I'll try to put it in the description if you guys want. So, but it's all happening, guys, so go the power. Hopefully we win. Hopefully, if we don't, yeah, it is what it is, but I will be there. But anyway, guys, take care. Spiky hair, thanks for everyone coming in, and we'll see you guys soon. Remember,
Thank you.
stay hunky,
Stay
guys.
hunky.
Stay hunky, guys. See you later.